wood stove going. I'll finish the body work and then I'll continue caressing this body like it was my honeymoon. Today is the 1 year mark of when I started to take this apart. I took the engine out on November 7th of last year and stopped driving it. So I have not driven this car for a year now. And I had a 2-week window of great weather, 65 to 75, which is what I needed to be able to paint. My plan was to push through it, take work off, and sand for 3 to 4 days. I think I only need about 3 more days of sanding till it's done. Unfortunately, that first day, a neighbor kid wanted help with his dirt bike and showing him how to do a top end on a 4-stroke. So I did that for 2 days. The third day, I got really sick, and then I was sick for about 5 or 6 days. It closed the window. And then, instead of trying to crush through it, I went off to Moab and went dirt biking. So I was playing instead of working. And here we are. It's not finished, and I'm a little bit bummed about it. But I was able to get a lot of things still done, and here's some of the things that I need to go through. I got the body line back without having to use much, if any, Bondo. And I did paint the door jambs. I showed those on my Instagram. Painted them a semi-gloss black. Now they're just covered in dirt or dust. Painted them in black. I also got the steering wheel painted in a semi-gloss black, and right away, just having that black alone has really changed the feel of the interior. I mean, I know that's completely ridiculous to say, but it was tan, and these were tan or saddle. All of it was saddle, and just having that steering wheel black has made it really awesome. So I got those door jambs painted, and one thing I found out, I don't know how this happened, but right here I have a really good line, and then like it's not a good line. So I got to redo that because that will forever drive me insane. I've noticed that I have a lot of low spots in my T-tops, so I got to fill those in. And my door lines on the driver's side are good. On the passenger side, my door lines are okay. I like how the door line's up there. It just needs to be moved forward, but my door stud and the locking mechanism is maxed out to the furthest it will go. So I thought a lot about like rushing it, and then I just thought I might as well just take extra time instead of getting it painted before winter comes. Take time and do it right. So I'm going to work on closing up these gaps a little bit. Maybe. I mean, they're not too bad. To try to beat the emergency of cold, I did end up getting a wood stove that I'm going to plug in. I thought, well, maybe I'll just heat the garage up and then I can paint. Heat it up to 7,000 degrees and then paint. However, if I spray the car, the paint needs 6 hours to set. If I have to light the stove again, will I explode? I don't know. So I'm still trying to work through that. I don't have this body line complete yet, but man, I had to really get after it on the door. I finished this rear panel. I got the body line back right there. And one of the last things that I took care of is I shaved off these bumpers that I've never liked and filled in some of the tiny spots. Have a lot of pinholing that I'm going through with that putty. I forgot what it's called. So I got to just finish these up. Got to finish the front spoiler up. Still debating on whether to put an emblem on or not. One thing that I've been kind of nervous about is I don't have to, but in the paint scheme, I'm taking all of the chrome everywhere and turning it black. So under here was my first experiment. I took the semi-gloss that I did the door jambs and I sanded the chrome down. There's a chrome piece, a giant chrome piece that lays in under the T-tops. These two end pieces also obviously lay under the T-tops. And so I sanded them. I painted some chrome primer paint that bonds with chrome. And then I painted it with semi-gloss. And then after I painted it with semi-gloss, I probably put the T-tops on too early and I marked them up. And so I just took some polish and I mean, those are black. They need more polish. I'm not done with them. They turned out super awesome and frankly better than I expected. So they're not scratching like I thought they would get marked up. I thought the chrome might peel. It is not going to peel. The chrome's going to turn out just fine. So what to do next? Now I'm going to get my little wood stove working. I got to punch a hole up in the wall. So overall, I still have quite a bit of work to do. My wood stove going. I'll finish the body work and then I'll continue caressing this body like it was my honeymoon. And I'll get it all completed and then I'll just save it ready. It will be ready to paint at the drop of a hat if we get some good weather. Right now we have an inch of snow outside, so I don't anticipate any good weather coming soon. If I can figure out how to run a fire while painting and not exploding my house, then I'll do that. If I can seal it off somehow, I don't know. But if I can't, I'm going to finish the body work in the next few weeks. My daughter has a Mini Cooper that I need to get the engine out of, so I'll probably put this on pause for a little bit at this weekend. Go work on the Mini Cooper, get the engine out to see if we need to do valves on it or what. And then I'll come back to this, and then it will just be, I'll just be moving on to wiring and getting it running. Get all the stuff I need for the interior. I don't want to put the interior in until after I've painted. That will take me a lot of time. If I still have time in the winter, I can start building my 5.9 and get it in my Jeep. So that's what's been going on for the last 30 days. Pretty uneventful. Just thought I'd give a quick update on how I failed October. And I guess that's life. Sometimes you fail.